Hi, and welcome back to the Healthy Voyager. I'm Carolyn Scott, and this time you're joining me in Fairbanks, Alaska. Cheers!
Welcome to part 2 of my supersized Fairbanks episode. This time around, I'll be visiting Denali National Park, Chena Hot Springs, doing some gold panning, trying great local food, and even taking a cruise on the Chena River. So much to see and do in this beautiful part of the world. Let's get started. First things first, where to stay.
For the remainder of my time in Fairbanks, I'm staying at Bear Lodge. Let's check in.
Located on the 105 beautifully landscaped acres of Wedgwood Resort, Bear Lodge offers cozy seasonal summer lodging in Fairbanks. Indulge in the comfort of their large guest rooms. Enjoy the tranquil surroundings of their walking trails and flower gardens. Or get away from it all and head to the fitness center, where modern cardio and strength training machines offer everything you need to stick to your fitness regimen. Afterwards, relax in the lounge, have dinner at the on-site restaurant, or visit their amazing on-site antique auto museum. After a comfy night's sleep, it was time to head out on another adventure.
Let's go to Denali.
The Alaska Railroad is easily accessible from downtown Fairbanks, with the train station being a great intro to what the coming ride has in store. While you wait to board, you can check out their elaborate model railroad scene, shop for souvenirs, and relax in comfort. The Alaska Railroad's flagship train, the Denali Star, offers 2 classes, Gold Star and Adventure. I had the pleasure of riding in the Gold Star car, which offers passengers an exceptional way to travel across Alaska. Glass dome ceilings allow for panoramic views as Alaska unfolds along the tracks, and an outdoor upper-level viewing platform, the only of its kind in the world, offers fresh air and an excellent vantage point for photos.
So I'm here on the Denali Star Alaska Railroad in Gold Class, which, as you can see, is a glass-topped train, and we're heading to breakfast downstairs, so let's go.
On the lower level of Gold Star rail cars, passengers enjoy a full-service dining room. Gold Star tickets include meals, all soft beverages, and 2 complimentary adult beverages per trip per passengers over 21. Each of their menus offers options for special diet guests, along with lovely views of the wild Alaskan landscape. The ride from Fairbanks to Denali is breathtaking. From thick forests to sweeping canyon cliffs that overlook the Nenana River, there's no more luxurious way to make your way to Denali.
Well, I finally made it to Denali National Park via railway, heading back this evening. So I'm gonna do a quick and dirty loop to Savage Trail, check out the visitor center, maybe go into the park store. Let's get going.
Denali National Park is Alaska's most popular land attraction, and with good reason. You can see some of Alaska's most famous sights. See Mount Denali and the continent's highest peaks in the Alaska Range. Experience a vast, unspoiled wilderness of braided glacial rivers, massive peaks, and tundra. Lots of wildlife viewing opportunities. You have the chance to see moose, caribou, grizzly bears, Dall sheep, and wolves along the Denali Park Road or by biking or hiking the trails in and around Denali. Guests can make their way around the vast park by hopping on and off their complimentary shuttles that run all day. For those with more time, you can stay at any of the park lodges or camp in designated areas. Guests can also engage in a wide variety of activities from hiking and biking to rafting, sledding, horseback riding, ATVing, and more.
Made it.
For those with limited time when doing a one-day up and back from Fairbanks, it's important to check the shuttle schedule to make sure you see what you want to and can get back to the station in time for your return trip.
So if you're coming for the day from Fairbanks, just a quick warning, it's a pretty speedy time here in Denali. So I suggest you immediately go to the visitor center, get your map, and head to the Savage River or the Mountain Vista, depending on if you can see Denali from the Mountain Vista. And then get back on your bus and back to the visitor center to maybe have a snack or do some shopping and maybe catch one more short trail and then get right back on the train.
It's recommended that visitors spend at least 2 nights in the park, but train riders can make it work with proper planning.
Squeezing in one little hike before I gotta hop back on the train. Sketchy. Time to get on that train.
The return trip back to Fairbanks is so relaxing. After hustling around the park, it's great to kick back with a hot drink and take in the scenery. Back in Fairbanks, it was time to explore the town itself, and my first stop was the Creperie. A hot spot in downtown Fairbanks, the Creperie serves up elaborate, made-to-order crepes, and yep, they have a huge variety of vegan crepes. With savory and sweet options, I was delighted to indulge in a flavorful breakfast. With a happy tummy, I headed over to the Morris Thompson Cultural Center. The Morris Thompson Center is completely free to the public. Explore family-friendly exhibits that showcase the region's natural and cultural resources. Permanent exhibits focus on the fundamental relationship between people and the environment, showing the wildlife, landscapes, and seasonal changes unique to interior Alaska. Life-size dioramas, interactive displays, art, clothing, tools, and cultural objects are on hand to be explored. Temporary and online exhibits are designed around themes that educate, challenge, and inspire. Additionally, the Visitor Center is a great stop for travelers to get info on sites and things to do around the Fairbanks area. Located on the grounds of the Wedgwood Resort, steps away from Bear Lodge, you will find one of the most incredible antique auto museums in the world. The museum showcases dozens of historically significant pre-World War II automobiles, but also offers visitors a trip back into Alaska's rugged and exciting formative years. It houses some amazing classics too. Its rotating collection of more than 80 autos includes an 1898 Hay Hotchkiss, a tulip-shaped 1903 Cadillac, the last remaining 1920 Argon, and a 1917 Owen Magnetic with an electric motor. The museum even has on loan the 1905 Sheldon Runabout that was the very first car ever built in Alaska. The museum also features a vintage clothing section, which explores the ways that fashions have changed over the course of 8 decades, as well as how the rising popularity of automobiles had an impact on fashion. I was beyond impressed and would say it is a must visit when in the Fairbanks area. Car enthusiast or not, it is not to be missed. A quick stop for lunch before heading off to my next destination, I stumbled across Little Owl Cafe, serving fresh roasted coffee, gluten-free baked goods, healthy meals, as well as celiac-friendly and a lot of vegan-friendly. With 2 locations to serve Fairbanks, Artisans Courtyard and Eagle Plaza, this place is delightful for a nice lunch or a sweet treat for the road. I hopped back in my car and headed off to my next stop, Chena Hot Springs Resort.
I've made it to Chena Hot Springs, which is located just about an hour past Fairbanks, and it is home to, you guessed it, a hot spring. But it's also a resort you can stay at, you can camp, there are rooms, there are cabins. They also have an on-site ice museum. I'm gonna go inside, I've got my parka ready, let's go.
Chena Hot Springs Resort is home to the world's largest year-round ice environment, the Aurora Ice Museum. It was created from over 1,000 tons of ice and snow, all harvested at the resort. The museum was completed in January 2005 and stays a cool 25 degrees Fahrenheit inside.
It's like Willy Wonka.
And we'll see what happens. All right, without further ado, the Ice Museum.
I literally heard the Wonka song and I walked in. It's like Edward Scissorhands. It feels so good in here.
The Aurora Ice Museum tour lasts for 45 minutes, starting at the Activity Center. Once inside, guests get to explore all of the ice carvings, various ice scenes, pose for photo ops, and then belly up to the ice bar for a chilly apple martini.
Cheers. Done with the Ice Museum.
Another 42.
I'm gonna go soak in the chilliness right now.
It was time to warm up in the hot spring, just steps away from the Ice Palace. Discovered in 1905, Chena Hot Springs was a destination for miners to soothe their achy bones. The healing waters at the springs consist of its content of sulfate, chloride, and bicarbonate of sodium. Today, it continues to welcome people from all over the world to bathe in the curative powers of the hot waters. The resort offers a variety of options for lodging. From camping to cabins to suites and rooms, it's a great place for families, couples, and solo travelers to stay on site and experience all of the fun activities located on the grounds. The on-site dining is a fun, rustic diner with a large selection to choose from. No one will go hungry or be bored at Chena Hot Springs Resort. Back in Fairbanks, I was excited for my next adventure out on the water. Cruise the great rivers of the last frontier. The 3-hour tour on a riverboat discovery tour will take you into the heart of Alaska. Guests board a replica of the original steamboats that were a form of transportation and shipping in the early days of Fairbanks. Boasting room for 900 passengers, the boat offers food, beverages, a variety of seating areas and views, but best of all, terrific demonstrations and interactive experiences.
Nice to meet you. I'm Carolyn.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for letting me in the crow's nest on this kind of boat.
Wheelhouse.
Ah, wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So Skylar was saying earlier that this river is shallow, so these boats are built to be able to navigate through these shallow waters.
Exactly.
What's the technology behind that?
Well, it's the design of the hull of the boat. It's really wide and flat, which really allows us to absorb all that weight up top and still be maneuverable with the paddle wheel and the rudders in the back.
And it's basically exactly like it was when they first originated.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a couple of differences. We have
Of
a lot of
course.
modern controls
Right.
that they didn't have back then. You know, this wheel spins very easily. It's kind of like power steering. But the reason these wheels were so big is because it was this wheel had a cable around a big drum, and sometimes it would take 2 or 3 people to steer this wheel because they had to, have a big wheel to get the torque on it in order to spin that drum and get the cables to move the rudders in the back. So that's another one of the big upgrades. But we do use the paddle wheel for our forward and backward propulsion. We also have stern thrusters on this vessel, which they didn't have back then, but they help us with those 180-degree turns that we do.
And back then, was it steam powered?
Exactly. Yeah. They used firewood to power the steam pressure to move their controls.
So we've floated down the Chena River on the Discovery, and we finally get to pop off and disembark here at the Chena Village. Follow me.
Be immersed in frontier living firsthand with a guided walking tour of an Athabascan village. You'll see an Athabascan village with cabins made of spruce logs, a cache used for storing supplies, and more. The guides will explain how they were able to procure food and protection in the harsh Arctic climate. They will also share how the Athabascans skillfully survived for over 10,000 years and how they adapted to village life and Western culture in the past century. After the guided tour, guests are encouraged to explore on their own before getting back on board. The cruise passes by several more fun exhibitions and demonstrations before docking back at Steamboat Landing.
So at the end of every one of our trips, we wish 4 things upon all of our guests: smooth air, calm waters, a clear trail, and Godspeed. And this dates all the way back to our very first trip back in 1950, when Captain Jim Binkley would give that as his sign-off, because the initial boat that they started this tour with was the Godspeed.
Did you know that Alaska grows some of the biggest and best produce during the summer months? The Tanana Valley Farmers Market is the place to shop for it.
So in Fairbanks, summertime has 24 hours of light. So the vegetables here are tremendous, and especially towards the tail end of the summer, that's when they get the biggest before the winter rolls in. So I'm here at the Tanana Valley Farmers Market to see what they got.
This seasonal market is a great place to pick up local produce, as well as shop from area artisans, perfect for souvenirs. From clothes to ceramics, handmade gifts to candles, art to veggies, the Tanana Valley Farmers Market has it all summer long. While you may strike veggie gold at the farmer's market, you can strike real gold at my next stop. But first, lunch. I found another great little cafe on my way out of town, and it did not disappoint. Cafe de Stir It Up is a great spot for vegans, vegetarians, and even gluten-free and keto diners. Serving sandwiches, soups, and homemade baked treats, this was a nice place to take a break with a tasty meal before hitting the road.
Time to go on a gold panning tour. Thank you.
Awesome. You get to go on in.
Thanks.
Gold Dredge 8 is a living mining museum where guests get to not only see what gold mining was like, but also get a chance to pan for their own gold. Gold Dredge 8 operated in the Goldstream Valley of Fairbanks from 1928 to 1959 and extracted millions of ounces of gold from the frozen Alaskan ground. Today, Gold Dredge 8 is listed on the U.S. National Register of Historic Places, and the site is a U.S. Historic District. The dredge serves as a monument to the hard-working miners who built Fairbanks. You will have the opportunity to be guided through the entire dredge by railcar as you see, touch, and learn about the history that it contains and the dredge's importance to the development of Fairbanks.
And for gold.
Grab your bag of dirt and try to strike it rich at your own panning station.
All right, I'm gonna get a bunch of gold in this Gold Dredge 8 canister. Lucky, lucky bag. Let's see.
Well, you look like you know what you're doing. You're looking good. Yeah, like that. Shaking it back and forth and just
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
The activity is so fun, but going in to see how much gold you actually found is even more fun.
All right, I'm gonna weigh my gold.
The entire experience is a great time, and being in the actual mine is a treat.
So apparently I pulled $39 worth of gold. Yeah!
Once your gold has been weighed, you can have it placed in a variety of souvenirs from magnets to pendants, earrings, and more.
So pretty.
And if time permits, you can shop for gold jewelry and other fun souvenirs. The entire Gold Dredge 8 is fun for all ages. Okay, so being so close to the Arctic Circle, there's one place I just had to visit before leaving Fairbanks.
Just arrived at the North Pole. I'm gonna meet Santa!
The Santa Claus house, located in, you guessed it, North Pole, Alaska, is a Christmas lover's dream. A mega Christmas shopping experience complete with ice cream shop. The main reason to visit is to see the man himself.
Welcome, my friend.
The store is enormous and boasts thousands of ornaments, decorations, souvenirs, and a sneak peek at the toy factory. But best of all, there's a Santa letter station where visitors can send personalized letters from Santa to friends and family, as well as even deeds to portions of the North Pole. Just a short drive from Fairbanks, be sure to put the Santa Claus house on your list. After all that shopping, I worked up an appetite, so I was off to have my last meal in town. Ordering my pizza, and they've got vegan cheese. East Ramp is located right next to the Fairbanks Airport Tower, where you can look out over both runways. Come in and choose your toppings, order up a drink, and they'll cook your pizza in a wood stone oven at about 625 degrees in just a few minutes. They use Caputo 00 flour, imported from Italy, to make their freshly made dough and have plenty of vegan options. Plus, there's a lot of fun Alaskan aviation history posted all over the restaurant. My trip wouldn't be complete without stopping into one of Fairbanks' breweries, so I made a beeline to Lat 65 Brewing Co. for a flight of ciders in their super hip brewery location near downtown Fairbanks. Fairbanks, Alaska is a magical place, packed with adventure and beautiful sprawling scenery, rich history, stunning wildlife, and great people.
Well, sadly, it's time for me to leave Alaska, but I hope you'll join me on the next Healthy Voyager. Bye!